All right. Hey guys, how are you? It is July 18th. And I'm like, I don't know what day it is. It's July 18th. This is our Fast Track to Sales Coordinator call. And Ariel and I are super excited to have you guys on tonight. I know Ariel's got an exciting month going on. So we really want to talk with you guys about a couple things that kind of fall into the same category. One of them being customer care, and one of them is kind of like staying motivated and staying really geared up this month and pushing through this summer. We did a call, I think it was last Monday. We did the Fast Track to VF call, also known as the Business Builders call. And we talked about that kind of like summer slump that everybody's in. You know, when like you want to go on vacation and you want to hang out and like your kids are out of school and like your DMO gets all jacked up and, you know, and you kind of lose focus and lose sight of what you're working towards. So we kind of want to talk a little bit about that tonight and how to avoid that and keep yourself on track and focused. So first thing we want to talk about a little bit is customer care. Ariel, do you want me to go into customer care first?
Yeah, go for it. And then I'll just jump in after and fill in anything that I...
Cool. Okay, so one of the things we wanted to talk about tonight is customer care. And this is really important. You guys are all at a level now where you've got a really good customer base. You likely have a qualified business. Hopefully you're self-qualified or on your way there. So you have done a really good job of getting customers and keeping them. So here is the beautiful part, is that those customers really are valuable to you for a few reasons. One of them being there are for sure some distributors in that customer base. There are also referrals in that customer base. And there's also lifetime customers in that customer base. So you really want to make sure that you're loving on those people. And it's a lot. Like, and that's why we have this great DMO that includes customer care, right? It's not just reaching out to prospects, reaching out to potential customers, scheduling events. It's also doing customer care because we want to love on those people and let them know that we're happy that they are our customers. But what I would love to know is who of you have gone into your customer base and reached out to people and shared the business with them? You can just like raise your hand or pick your nose or like whatever. Awesome. Kim. Ashlyn, nice. Cool. Okay, so Erica and Mandy, I'm going to call you guys out really fast if you don't mind. And I'm going to ask you what has held you back from doing that.
I honestly need you to repeat that because I missed it.
Oh, no problem. I was asking who of you have gone into your customer base and asked them to join your business?
Oh, I have. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been talking to a few of them. Yep.
Okay, good.
So for me, I guess like most of my customers are like friends and family, and like I know they already have jobs.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Amy Meyer works full-time for the Pentagon. So, and believe it or not, majority of the people on my team are actually full-time, have like full-time jobs. So don't let that be a reason why you won't reach out to them, because you never know. Well, one, there's a lot of reasons why we want to reach out to people and share the opportunity, because even if you know that they've got like a really good, stable, steady job, they may hate it and not tell you. They may have student loans, debt, something that they need a little extra income to help provide them for. They may be just itching for a change of some kind and just waiting for an opportunity to fall in their lap. Some people are just looking for a side hustle because they're bored, they're, you know, like whatever it might be. Like maybe you've got empty nesters, maybe you've got people who, like I had one girl who had like just recently broken up with her boyfriend and like was like, I want a side hustle so I can like throw myself into something. Like you just never know. So I always tell people like it's our job to present the opportunity to everybody, and it's their job to say yes or no, and like whatever, it's fine. But you know, and I have had people too who are like, oh, like I have a job already, or I'm interviewing for like full-time positions with, you know, a contractor. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's totally cool. I was working full-time when I started this job as well. I'm like, it's meant to be done, you know. And I tell people too, I'm like, busier people actually do better with this business because we don't mess around with our time. So we're better with time management. We're more efficient. So people with jobs, totally fair game. So don't let that stop you. And you can always use some of the Romy verbiage, which is like, they say no, you can always follow back up with them and you can say, hey, I know that this opportunity wasn't for you, but you may know somebody who this could really impact. If you can think of somebody, I would love for you to connect me with them, or, maybe I could get you to host a Freedom Revolution call for me, or kind of like work that angle as well.
And I'll chime in and share. So this is more, I guess, an example of like why you might lead with the business when you're talking to new people. I had a friend when I first started, I thought like she would be perfect. She was like, into all the health stuff. So I reached out to her to share the products. She said, it's great. I'm definitely going to sign up, but I'm going on vacation. So I'll sign up right up, I'll order right when I get back. Well, turns out while she was on vacation, somebody else reached out to her and shared the business, led with the business. I had planted the seed of like, hey, this is Juice Plus. And that other person was like, hey, by the way, there's a business, and I didn't know any of this was happening, but I, texted my friend, put it in my calendar, follow up with her on this date when she gets back from vacation. And her message was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I actually joined Juice Plus. I'm a rep now under somebody else. And so, it was a great learning experience because now, it really reminded me like, I didn't think she would want to do the business. I was like convinced it wasn't going to be for her. So I only shared the product with her. And now she's neither a customer or a rep on my team. And like I said, it's fine, but it was a big learn for me. So let me learn that lesson for you so that you don't. And then that way too, like if people don't want to join the business, they at least know that there's a business opportunity. And then, then they might be like, oh my gosh, my friend was telling me about something, and they might share it with one of their friends, even though it's not for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it sucks when that happens. It sucks hard, but it's like such a good learning lesson. And it makes I think it like lights a little fire under our butt. You know what I mean? Where you're like, you literally are like, I need to get to that person before somebody else does. So it really kind of like gives you, I think, a sense of urgency, which I think is nice. So tapping into that customer base. So that was a great kind of like segue to what we were talking about with Erica about, sharing the business with them. But if they say no, that's no big deal. But saying, hey, like that's no problem. But I'm trying, and this is the verbiage that I used when I was pushing for things and I was just looking for like orders to get up, I'm really trying hard to grow my business, and I would really love any referrals that you might have. I know that you love Juice Plus. I'm sure that you can think of people who could really benefit as well. And I will even offer them something. I'm offering, a free bag of shakes for every person who refers a new customer. So that way there's something in it for them. And, and so that, and to ask them, like, is there anybody that you can think of, who would benefit from Juice Plus? And it really gets them thinking. And I have gotten referrals from people. I've been connected with people before. So really kind of tapping into that customer base as well, especially if they are friends and family who are close to you. It's really easy to say like, hey, I know you love your product. I'm really trying to grow my business. Your support means so much to me. Can you hook me up with some referrals? Don't be afraid to ask that. There was one other customer care piece to that I'm brainstorming on.
I have I'll interject while you mull it over.
Yeah.
My favorite, they just released a new cookbook on healthylivingrevolution.com. So I found that was a really nice way to check in with customers that I hadn't talked to a while, the ones that I was like scared to message. Last time they released a new cookbook, reached out to everyone, was like, hey, hope you're doing well. We released our, the Healthy Living Revolution just released a free online cookbook. Would you like for me to send you a copy? And it was a really cool way to get back in. So that's just on healthylivingrevolution.com. It will pop up on the main page. The second piece I like to talk about, and it's really, really like making an impact on me now, is I have consistently hosted a shred every single month for like the last 5 or 6 months. And I will tell you, that is the best thing I've ever done for my business. I have the happiest customers I've ever had, the most consistent customers I've ever had, and it continues to grow every month because my people are having awesome results, and it's great for my health, right? To do a shred every month and be self-accountable. But if you're not hosting a regular shred, start hosting it. Even if it only starts with 3 people or 2 people, or it's just your one best friend, like do that, get their, have them take the before and after pictures, message them throughout, ask them about the results that they're feeling at the end. And you kind of might have to prompt them. I'd ask like, how are you feeling? Like digestion, skin, sleep, energy, things like that. And then they can kind of feel that on their own. But, you start to share that process, and more people are going to want a piece of the action. And then your shred will go from like 2 people to 5, and then 5 people to 10. All of a sudden now I'm hosting 15, 20 person shreds every single month of personal customers, which is so rewarding. But it started with it's that consistency, even in July, even in August, even on my road trip in my van, hosting the shred, because I've committed to that. And so if you're not regularly hosting shreds, know that it is one of the most simple and effective pieces of customer care that you can give.
I second that. Mic drop. I love it. Seriously, you guys, the shred and inviting people to the shred and hosting a good shred. And if you don't want to host one yourself, somebody in your upline is hosting one. So you can always piggyback off of them, especially if you're newer in the business and you're like, I don't know how to host a shred. I don't know what to do. There's always people's shred groups that you can probably tap into in your upline, for sure.
And there's actually the whole shred guide. So on healthylivingrevolution.com, the little wheel at the bottom and the bottom right is where you log in. If you click that wheel, lowercase revolution is the password. There is actually a step-by-step shred guide. It even has a calendar of each month where it's like, this week is shred. This week is posting results. This week is, recruiting people for the next shred. This week is getting their orders. This week is next shred. And it tells you what to say. It tells you what text messages to send to them. It tells you everything you need to know. So know that there's also that resource. And like Kristen was saying, there's always I know that on our team, there's a shred Facebook group every month. So those of you guys on our team are usually pretty plugged into it. But just know that there's step-by-step guide. And I didn't know any of that until maybe February. And I found it and I read it. And that was really when my customer care game shifted, because February was when I started hosting those regular shreds every single month after reading that document. And it's been a game changer, and it's made customer care fun, because if I'm being super honest, I hated it. I hated doing customer care. I would get the fluttery butteries every single time. And this has made it fun, actually, and made me feel excited to reach out to my people instead of stressed and scared.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So let's do you guys have any questions about customer care? First of all, how, do you guys hate it? Do you love it? Kind of, what are you feeling about it?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually about the shred, particularly Ariel. When you're hosting a shred, do you just plug people into that main July shred page, or do you have your own personal hosting shred page that you do with your customers personally, or do you text them, or how are you communicating with them daily?
Yeah, so I get them all plugged into the Facebook group. And these are all, like I said, it's in that document, the shred document. So definitely check it out, because that's how I learned all of this. I wasn't taught it from somebody else. But basically, so if the shred starts Monday, Sunday night I send everybody a text, or Sunday morning if I can remember, if I'm really on my game, be don't forget to do meal prep today for the shred. What's on the menu for this week? What do you are you able to go to the store? And then Monday in the morning, I would text game on, day 1, let's do this. And then I always have a hard time with the 6 p.m. cutoff. That is the hardest piece of the shred for me. So I always text my customers, especially on the first, day or two, at 5. And they're going to be in different time zones, so it depends. But I'll text them at 5:30, being I'm getting my dinner together right now. The 6 p.m. cutoff is always the most challenging for me. How'd your day go? And there are sample texts in that document. But I do check in with my people at least once a day for the full 10 days. The beginning couple of days, I might check in with them twice, in the morning and in the evening. But I always check in every single day of the shred. And like I said, there's sample text messages in that document. So I've changed them to fit for me and my personality. But I started with those and then melded them into, what works for me. And when you're shredding along with people, your experience can kind of guide it, so if I'm on day 3 and I'm having detox symptoms, I can say holy headaches, didn't realize that I ate so much sugar this month. Definitely feeling those detox headaches. I've been chugging lemon water all day, starting to feel better. Are you having any detox symptoms or things like that? So it's like the Shred group gets to be that third-party validation. They see other people's stories. There's usually, like in ours, somebody's hosting a workout every day and things like that. And then I'm like checking in with them personally and helping them feel supported on a one-on-one basis.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. Does anybody else have any other questions about any sort of any customer care thing, not just what we've shared, or about anything that we've shared? Oh. All right, moving on. Kristen, you want to get us started on it, or do you want me to?
Yeah, no, I totally will. Okay, so how many of you are, show of hands, feeling like this summer is making it difficult to maintain your momentum, excitement, and DMO with your business? Yeah, I mean, I am. Yeah. It's like, yeah, totally. You guys aren't alone. Let me first say that. Like when you have, it's like summer brain, like people go on vacation, or we go on vacation, or if you are a parent, your kids are out of school. And so that changes your daily DMO. And people, I think, are oftentimes less responsive in the summertime because they're traveling, which impacts our business. And so it's really easy to kind of get in this summer slump and be on like vacation brain. But it's really important to recognize that, what happens is, people spend, May, like June, July, and August slacking off, and then they go, holy shit, conference is in 2 months. I better get my shit going. But wouldn't it be so amazing if you didn't have to do that? And like scramble at the last minute. So we really want to kind of talk about like how to keep that momentum going through the summer, how to keep your DMO in place when you don't have a DMO and stuff like that to kind of keep you going. I will, since I'm going to kind of piggyback off what we were just talking about with the Shred. So we actually hosted in an effort to have like the best Shred ever. Last month, my team did a Shred and we did giveaways. So everyone had a lot of skin in the game. So everybody did a buy-in. All the reps put in like $10, and it was prizes for the participants of the Shred who were posting and sharing. And we had like a form that the reps would fill out every time one of their customers posted in there. But it was literally like one of the best Shreds we've ever had. And it really motivated us to recruit people, to join the Shred with us and get new Shred customers because we had money in the game. And then when we also put that out there on social media that there was going to be cash prizes and all this stuff, people were like, I want in, I want free stuff, I want money. So it was one of the best Shreds that we'd had, from participation, from Shred orders, and everything. And so that was a really great launch. We did not do that this month. Our Shred this month is not as good. So it's little things like that that you can do to spice up and change things up about how you're running your Shred programs that get people excited, and offering them free stuff. Like people like free stuff is one really good way to get you excited, because it's like we run the Shred every month and like, yeah, it can get a little bit mundane. Like we do the same stuff every month for us, but those new Shredders are all new and it's exciting to them. So if we can do something that makes us excited about running a Shred, it's going to, translate into having really excited customers as well. So that is one of my suggestions for the next 2 months. I mean, going into August might be a really good idea for you guys to team up with, with your partner, with your team, and do something really awesome to make it like a really special Shred and get people really excited about it. Okay. I'm going through my checklist in my head. You guys witnessed my baby brain a lot lately. Okay, spicing up the Shred. Okay, DMO when you don't have a DMO. How many of you guys feel like your summer schedule is different than your fall schedule, your regular schedule? Yeah, totally. Mine is. My kids in camp, it's just different. So really important to put in place a DMO within your DMO essentially, because you don't have the same routine that you have during the year, during the summer. You're going to be traveling, you're going to be doing different things, but it's really important that you always find something that you do on a daily basis. And whether, oh yeah, that's a really great question. Does everybody know what a DMO is? Daily method of operation? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's basically like what you do on a daily basis. My DMO changes, you guys, every single day. But it's just because my day is completely different every day. Some days my schedule is packed, some days my schedule is wide open, but within that craziness of the fluctuation, I always have a DMO. And the way that I do it is hands down, especially the last month, I haven't always been great about it, is my affirmations. That is something really, really important to set my mind right. So whatever your daily practice is, whether it's affirmations, whether it's listening to, a book on tape, whether it's listening to Abraham Hicks or something like that, to really make sure that you're setting aside time for that, even if it's doing it while you're, drinking your coffee in the morning or driving to work or, driving to take the kids to school and you're listening to something, really making sure that you're incorporating that self-practice into your day, because that is that mindset that's really, really important for us to stay strong. So really making sure that you make that a priority. The other thing is, I left my calendar downstairs. So my calendar looks different every day, but I make it a point of the night before writing down everything that I have to do the next day. Whether I do it at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., or I do it in little pieces throughout the day, I have my to-do list of what I'm supposed to do the next day, who I'm supposed to reach out with, who I'm supposed to follow up with. And I've been using Teamzy, but I am a paper and pen kind of girl. So what I've been doing at night is I open up Teamzy and I look at what the next day's list of people is and I write them down on my calendar. Because if I write them down, it happens. If I don't write it down, it doesn't happen. So within my crazy day, I know the people that I'm supposed to reach out to. And I'm not allowed to go to bed till it's done. And I've been like in bed, lights out, 11:30 at night, sending people messages because I'm like, I promised myself that I would do this. I have to do it. I am very accountable to myself. I know that not everybody is. So you need to find somebody that you are accountable to. So Erica, whoever your upline is, for example, if you are not, so Ariel, okay, perfect. So like if you find that like, and this is very common, people oftentimes hold themselves accountable to other people more than themselves. So if you make a promise to yourself, it's easy to break because nobody's going to judge you except you. But if you know that you need to check in with Ariel and let her know what you did that day, we'll make sure that you did it. That's what you have to do. And I know Ashlyn's on the call, and I know Ashlyn's probably like, oh my God, such a Kristen thing to say. But it is, because it helps us to know that we don't have to micromanage people, that you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing, but it also holds you accountable because you have to get it done. Because you know that you're going to tell your upline or your accountability buddy that you're doing it. So that's like a really good tool to keep you accountable on those days that you're like, I just want to go to the beach. I want to lay around. I don't want to do anything. So that's kind of like one of my tricks. Do you have anything to add to that, Ariel?
No, I'll just like say that's I'm the same way. I'm so much better if I'm accountable to somebody else. It's so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Kim private messaged me about something I had asked her to keep me accountable for, which is why I was laughing over here.
Nice. Nice. I like that. I like that. Everybody needs an accountability buddy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Feel free to use me because there's quite a few of you guys on my team on this call. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will tell you, I'll speak up for Ariel. Like, she wants to hear from you guys. And I'm saying that because third-party validation, like, she probably wants to hear from you on a daily basis. Because I know that if I don't hear from people on my team for a couple days, it's not a good sign. And it usually means that, like, they're not really doing a whole lot. So she wants to hear from you. You know, she wants to hear what you did. She wants to hear what you're doing. She wants to hear who you're excited about. That is good momentum for everybody. Okay, so DMO in a crazy day. Events. So as you guys know, our business is built on events. How many of you guys have events scheduled or set up over the next like 4 to 6 weeks? Awesome. I love, love, love that. Okay, that's amazing, you guys, because that if you have events, you always have something to invite to, and you always have something you're working towards. So it's really important that you have those, they're on the calendar, and that you're always working towards inviting to them, because that's going to keep that funnel going, and that's going to keep that momentum going. So that is fantastic.
Can I interject for a second?
Yeah.
So I have, so much of my business is online. Most of you guys on my team, I've like met through social media and things like that. And so I've been the queen of like online events, doing launch calls, doing things like that. I did and we've done like Namaste Nutrition locally. I've been a part of other local small events. But I did a wine and wellness event here in Tahoe on Monday, and we had like 10 people there. It was so inspiring. And so, and what's cool was it gave people, like, we didn't plan it this way, but there was a couple other people in the community doing cool things. And it ended up being like this woman's healthy living, like, networking event. And so everybody was really grateful to have like a place to come and connect. And so I've been like kind of averse to hosting small in-person events. But I wanted to be there and do this for my team while I was out here. And I'll tell you, it was like such an awesome experience. So know that even like little wine and wellness events or things like that, like if you haven't done one, they're really nice. And if you need more clarification on what one of those might look like, let me know. But I found that it was really special. And I think back to the reason I'm sitting here in this seat is because I went to an event. I mean, yes, somebody shared it with me, and somebody else asked me to coffee, but really like I went to an event and it was small. I mean, there was less than 10 people there and they shared it with me. And then about a month later, and that's what got me to join the product, and I joined the business, but like very loosely. And then a month later, I went to the tiniest dinner at Kristen's house. It was like Jeff, Jake and Jenna Rude, Kristen, and 2 other people. And that dinner is what set the fire underneath me to like build a massive business and build a massive team. That dinner of 6 people. So don't underestimate the power of those, small events. Or if you're like, oh, I'll only be able to get 1 or 2 people there, then like, that's amazing. Like that was all it took for me to really catch the mission and to see what was possible. And for those of you guys, in Denver or even wherever you are, there are going to be like some really cool people in your area. So see if we can reach out and get some amazing people to come to your events, because it made all the difference for me.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, so we have 1 more minute left. Does anybody have any questions about or anything that we might be able to help with to help kind of like propel you guys forward to hit that next goal? How many of you, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys are close to hitting SC this month? like Erica's like, maybe, I don't know.
I slow tracked, so I still need another VF.
Cool. You can make those VF in just a couple days. That's exciting. So how I love this, is like my favorite question. Thanks to Amy Meyer. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to find that VF?
Well, I like 8 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would
I
get
just
you
got
to
back today for my wedding, so like I'm like getting back into things.
That's right. I totally forgot. Which, by the way, is freaking amazing that you didn't take that mental break and you're like getting right back to it. And then we're gonna see you this weekend at Summit, which I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's so cool. Awesome. All right. Well, we can talk more this weekend about getting you to a 10, so you can be hyper motivated to get to sales coordinator. Because I assume, Ariel, do you need 1 more sales coordinator? You're muted.
So I said she's already a sales coordinator because she's slow tracked.
Oh yeah, but she needs a leg.
So, but yeah, getting working legs together is what's the last little pieces for QNMD and NMD.
Cool. Yeah. That's so exciting. I love it. All right, well, we are out of town. We're out of time. So just great customer care, you guys. Make it exciting for them. Make them want to love our business, be a part of it, and just keep the summer going strong. We're kind of at that like halfway point with the summer. Just keep plowing through, because there's such amazing things at the end of that tunnel. And I want to be able to celebrate all of you guys at conference and all of your promotions walking stage. All right, you guys have such a good night.